What's going on, guys? Welcome back to episode 43. So now that we have fully wrapped up with Selen's questline, we're going to be taking out your next hero's grave. So if you guys were to pull up your map, you're not really going to see it, but you're just going to go across the platform right here, and it's about right here. This is why I say I don't really use the map in Mount Gelmir much. It's, for one, it's a straight line. For two, it just gets to like a jumbled mess where you can't make anything out. However, moving straight, you can't miss it. So with that being said, way back at the start in the Stranded Graveyard was your first hero's grave. This is where we broke the chariot. We got you guys a secret great bow. So there's going to be, I think, 5 in total. I would have to check all my notes to be sure, but there's at least 4 or 5. Now, all of them are very rewarding. They have secrets and hidden items, and they're very, very much worth your time. So all we're going to do, from taking off from Primeval Sorcerer's Side of Grace, right where we left off, we're going to go, there's going to be a rune 6 right here. Let's go and pick that up, and we're just going to drop straight down, and right here will be your next hero's grave. Now, it's very, very different from the first one, and it's also very similar to the first one, as you will notice as we go down. So we are going to recommend you guys put on your lantern. Places can be, a bit dark, all in all. Longest lift in the world. But not that bad. Feels like when I'm trying to wrap up with the whole Mount Gelmir in one episode here. We've done a big, big portion of it, though, to be fair. So either way, guys, you are going to be kind of in and out of lava here. Now, lava in, FromSoft games in general have been, just in the past, so devastating. You'd step in it for 2 seconds, you're dead. You could have 60 levels in health. Wouldn't matter. It was just so devastating. In this game, it's really not that bad. So to trek through the lava, if I'm facing lava here, you could turn around and just backstep, which will help. And then, I never thought to check that. And then you could also just roll through it and heal because it doesn't do that much damage. But the other option is just put on a dagger that happens to have a quick step. That way, you can zoom through it. So either or, doesn't really matter. It's not that serious this time around. So going on down, for the most part, right away, you're going to be dealing with skeletons. There's pages, there's commoners, there's a little bit of everybody, but at first, it's going to be skeletons. I don't think it's worth using Sacred Blade, guys. What we're going to be doing is just similar to the first time, running to your second opening. I like to go for the one on the right, which is ignore these guys. Oh yeah, there is not one on the left. Okay. I always pick the right side regardless. Which not. As he turns around, we're going to run, jump. Run. Run. And we're going to get right into this one. It's going to be another dead dude. We're not worried about him. Run. We'll jump to the left, grab the clover. Now, there's a whole area in here. We're not going to get it just yet. In fact, we're going to do this way to look backwards because you can't fast travel around into the boss's dead and done. We know this. Typically, this is not something I would do. It's not something I, like doing. But taking out the boss first is going to make this hero's grave much more manageable. It's not simply something we do, but you'll see why it's going to make sense here in a second. Alright, so getting all the way to the bottom, we're going to go to the left-hand side for the most disgusting, grotesque weapon in the game. The ringed finger. It's funny. It's not something I would ever be serious with. Although it does have its advantages. It's just, like I said, not something you'd be too serious with. So, if you were to go put that on, it's, I think it's a great hammer. That should be what it's considered. I wouldn't imagine it being anything else. Where are you? Yeah, so regular hammer. Ringed finger. Pure physical weapon, quality. So almost just like a regular great sword moveset with the light attacks. Yeah, almost exactly. Heavy attacks. Hammer moveset. Then the Astrovore is wicked. So the fingers are big, stumps the enemy. So the only good thing, application I would see with this is the fact that you can do a lot of posture damage and probably stagger enemies. But like I said, it's not something I'd be super serious about. You guys might feel differently. So there you go. It is a somber weapon. So from here, we're just gonna go straight across. We're gonna backstep. Oops. Turn around. Go over. Make sure you drop to the left here. You see that platform there. And we're gonna drop again. Now, from here, we're gonna just ride Well, we'll be heading back up after the boss, but we'll show you. I'm not gonna spoil it. It's super fucking cool. The way we get up is super cool. I do believe there's some skeletons, and then we have a red wolf of Radagon. We all know how bad these guys fucking suck. Yeah, I mean, you fought them, you know. I thought there were skeletons, maybe not. Even better. But pretty much, red wolf of Radagon. We fought in the underground. We fought as a boss right in the car. Super annoying enemy. So I'm just gonna go and get Mimic. I think Mimic's probably overkill, but just to distract this asshole so we can get to him, that works for me. You know what I mean? Dude sucks. Oh, it'll actually chase me down too. I did not realize that. Damn you. You see, he's so obnoxious, bro. Spell. Thank you. So, super obnoxious enemy. Nothing has changed, right? Bloodhound Knight Flow, not a bad choice. Right here will be your next death route for the Rake's quest line. So now you can pick that up, and you could fast travel, but we're not going to do this just yet. It's not even so much about fast traveling. It's letting us work the zone backwards. So I like to get here and then work back. And you know, like I said, we'll show you why. That'll make sense here in a minute. There's pretty much like hidden armor sets and stuff that just make it much easier to get to. Believe it or not, you actually get 2 armor sets here. I wish we would have thought to come here at the beginning of the walkthrough, even though I don't want to run out of the way. I could have got you guys really two really good armor sets without making you wait 30 hours. But, you know, try to do things in order. So what we're going to do is just wait on this chariot. I think when you get about right here where these notes are, yeah, we're just going to run, jump, get to ride this stuff. It's so fucking wicked, dude. Look at this. Probably the coolest thing in the game. Probably not. I don't know. It's fun though. Now it's going to be a cemetery shade as soon as we drop it. Just get ready for him. And he's just a basic enemy now, guys, so. And then as soon as you have that, try to be quick about it. Tuck on off. Yep. Now you're going to see this ramp. We're going to ignore it. What we want to do is just drop to the left. Pick that up. Instead, like you'll see, you can go straight through. We don't want to do this. There's a little opening right here. Now, as soon as you go over here, there's going to be a Bloodhound Knight. He always has his back turned. I did not realize he'd get alerted. I think last time I must have ran up on him. And even staggers the fucking Bloodhound Knight. Isn't that wild? But with taking him out, you're going to get his whole set, and then you have the Gelmir Knight set right there. Isn't that cool? 2 back to back. Now, I actually like this. I hope it's not too heavy, because I would like to wear something until we get our main armor. Where you at? It's really nice looking. Look at that. It's not bad, right? Not bad at all. It's light enough. I might even be able to get away with a helm. I'm not sure. No, not that one. It has to be a light helm. No, it's too heavy for any of this. It's because of our shield. Sometimes the one thing about the shield is you might want to put a little bit more in with, they were like right at the break. You might want to put more stamina in because we already have the Great Guard Arsenal. You're not going to get a better weight talisman than that. But you could just switch out your shield. Thing's 14 pounds. Still, I like it. It's really fucking good. It's got its, you know, it's got its things. But regardless, pretty cool looking set for the time being. Got a fancy little cape and all that shit. Once you got both of your armor sets, we're gonna head on. Not back up, but head on up. And we're gonna break our pots right over here. I don't think it matters. The big thing here is you're trying to get out of the window. There we go. And I like to get on this beam, which you don't really have to, but it is pretty good vantage point to watch him. So what we're going to do is just wait for him to turn around, then shoot up our ramp here. no way to get rid of the chariot this time. This is one of those rare instances where you just gotta let him be. I think it's honestly the only time it happens. Quickly, quickly. Grab that. Run to your right. Where's he at? Do we have time? We might be able to get with it. So all the way up here's a stone sword key. If you can make it in time. Yeah, probably gonna get killed. But I was about to say, if you can make it in time, right on this back wall, he can't hit you. Yeah, you will get hit on the way down. Nothing you can do about that. But you should be able to just heal right through. Don't even worry about healing yet. Just run for this. Heal. Now we can get this in one go if we're careful. It's not going to be easy. So we're going to drop this because we only have 3 heals, or 2 heals now. And there's like 4 pages and a bunch of smaller enemies. But if we play our cards right, we can get this. If not, you have to come back in. You just take the straight path. It was that opening on the left that we ignored before the ring finger. So you got 2 pages. One here and one here. They're probably both going to aggro on you. Get one down quickly. Dagger him. Take him out. So the one thing about the Great Shield is it will make life much easier depending on the enemy you're facing. And we're just going out to the left. I hate that someone put that there because it made me think I missed something. I'm like, I know I didn't miss anything. Take him. Now aside from this, to wrap up the area, it's pretty much, you're going to have one more page than just a bunch of commoners, so it shouldn't be that bad. Or 2 more pages, 2 more. So you have one there, the one by the door that's waiting to hop out at you. Hey, come on, lock off. Thank you. And with that, not really much of a challenge left, guys, so I like it. You get to do the zone backwards, make one swift loop through here, because this would probably take you 2 runs, depending on how you did it. Because you'd go this way, you take out the boss, and you still have your other items to grab, like our armor sets and all that. But, I mean, once you clear this and get your Glowwort, you're at the end. That's it. We're done. Your last Glowwort should be right here. Oh, we probably got it on the way in. But, you know, that's back at the start. What we're going to do from here, we can just jump back to Sorcerer's Sword. Probably be the closest area. Before we do anything else, we are going to go ahead and turn this into Garank. We did stock up on the death root for a while before we turned any in, and that's because I was trying to get you guys more upgrades into your weapon for when he spazzes the fuck out. It just made more sense, but you don't have to worry about that happening again at this point, so we'll just start turning them in as we get them. That way, any physical build that's trying to do incantations do have the only incantations they'll be able to use. That being the best one. That is really cool. So we talked about it before. These incantations are specifically built for physical. Dex. Quality. Strength. You guys don't have any faith, but you don't really need it. If you notice, 13 faith. I think this one's the most expensive incantation you're going to get as far as the bistro incantations. 13 faith. That's all you need. So hurls a boulder before the caster. Really, really cool. So that does give physical builds access to all these things, right? So really cool. So you guys have multiple choices. In fact, if I went over, see if we could talk about this for a second. As far as bistro incantations for physical builds, you guys have bistro vitality, heals health over time. You have Stone of Garank, so hurls a boulder before the caster. Very powerful too, which is pretty dope. And remember, the Beast Claw seal you got boosts the damage of these. So the more strength, because it scales with strength, the more strength you have, the more damage you're going to do. So you don't have to level up faith a bunch. Then you have Bestial Sling, swiftly fling numerous sharp rock shards, and then creates beast claws that tear through the land. So this one's really powerful in my opinion. Then you have a little bit of survivability with Bestial Vitality. So either way, now that we got that done, we'll jump on back to, always lose it. It's like right here. Primeval Sorcerer and Sword. So like I said, the goal of this episode is to wrap up Mount Gelmir so we can start getting on into the Altus Plateau. Mount Gelmir is really big as far as the space. However, it's doesn't really take that long. I mean, you definitely have a few episodes here. It's like the second or third, right? But you can, just kind of get through it. There's a lot of cool stuff along the way too. Like, we've got a couple sets of armor, which is pretty cool. A couple new weapons. And another physical build weapon's coming up that's really cool, really cool. Straight ahead. Just for like strength or quality to have access to range, which you guys got a cool crossbows and bows, but there's others. You get better and better as you go through the game. Get off the damn horse. Thank you. So, there's going to be a few of these soldiers down here. It almost looks like they're praying over their dead comrades, but they've all lost their mind to the frenzied flame. So what they're really doing is eating their friends that have died. Yeah, fucking crazy shit. Alright, so with him taken out, we're gonna head on up. Now you got I think you already got the pulley crossbow in the last episode. Once we got up to the camp right before the demi-human boss fight. So this is kind of like a matching piece for it. Which will be right here in the ledge. And that's your pulley bow. So I think they kind of go together, right? Really, just a solid ass fucking bow. And if you look, you're just getting an overlook of the area. Really, really beautiful. I like it. Be a dope ass screenshot. Look at that. Get the tree and shit. Pretty cool. Either way, now we have that. We can head on down. There's still quite a bit going on here. You'd be surprised. So if you're doing a dex build and you've been just absolutely loving the curved swords, short curved swords, we're gonna get you arguably the best one as far as like normal ones, like basic weapons. It's called the Scavenger's Curved Sword. It comes with bleed on it. So if you're already doing like a bleed build with a few curved swords, now you have one with innate blood loss, so it will do even more blood loss with the right affinity. God, I hate your helm, bro. Like, I hate it so much. Thank you. Die. Jesus, such a bad dyer. The fucking helm blocks everything. Usually you can get it as a drop at some point or another. You might have to farm it, it's a low drop chance, but it does the same thing for you if you were to wear it. It's going to block a lot of the hits. We're just going to stay on foot from this point, get on through, and handle business. Damn, one shot. God, I love it. Thank you. Miss somebody? No, he was dead. Alright. So going all the way down here, what's going to happen is you're going to get a Son of Grace, and there's also a Somber 6, but it does give you a better starting point if you die. Plus, we're going to pick up some runes too. So subsequent playthroughs, we're not worried about doing everything the right way, and you would just like, you want to start a fresh character and get access to things earlier on, which you could do. You're not worried about trophies or doing things properly. You can remember areas like this because there's a Somber 6 up here. So if you start a new playthrough, like, fuck, I wish I had a Somber 6, you can remember places like this and go get it and bring a weapon up right at the start. And that's going to be right here. So even though we have a plus 10 weapon, because we did the underground and we did all the side quests, typically you'd probably have a plus 6 about now, depending on the order of how you've done things. But this is why I say, do the underground areas. They're very rewarding. I couldn't imagine a playthrough without doing them, because, this gave us access to be much stronger earlier on. And even with that, we could have had a maxed out weapon like 20 hours sooner than what we got too, because Vari's quest gave us everything we needed back in episode 20. We've only had a plus 10 weapon for like 2 episodes, So we're still patient, but it was good to have all the resources, that's for sure. Alright, so going ahead here, you're going to have everybody's favorite fucking fight. Grafted Scion. Now this guy will not respawn. He's not a boss, but he is, I guess, special in, you know, the aspect of not to come back again. Yell at me, bitch. Shield's so good, man. Yeah, so good. I felt like he owed us a snap. All those charge heavies and jump heavies. Alright, so with him taking out, we have a few items to grab. So right here, stop the fork grease, then we're going to smack the cart for your curve sword. So Scavenger's curve sword, very sought after weapon. So 105 plus your scaling and quality. Gonna lean more towards dex in my opinion. Causes blood loss build up at 45. So what I did for a build, it was so fucking strong. I was doing dex playing around, trying new stuff. But I used Estelle's wing, right? So I was able to get, you know, magic damage, quick attacks, very powerful Ash of War. So I had like Estelle's wing in one hand, and then I had the Scavenger in the other set to Frostbite affinity. So both were doing magic damage. Plus I was getting blood loss and Frostbite on it. It was very powerful. But probably the best way to do it is to get, you know, something like Scavengers with blood loss. I don't think you got another one. You have to get a second from New Game Plus or a friend dropping it. But, you know, the best way to do it is, you know, get Scavengers with blood loss and then just put like a blood loss affinity on the Falchion or, you know, Scimitar or something like that for a bleed build. Because with the L1 attacks, you're dual wielding both of them. It's super powerful, right? Then your jump attack does 4 hits, cross up, cross down. Running attack, same thing, wop, wop. So it's just really good. Then the right hand's just, you know, right hand weapon. But, you know, you can couple that with things. This is how you get really, really powerful, right? You're dual wielding, let's say you got blood loss on both. Then you'd come over here, you'd put on Claw Talisman, so that enhances jump attacks. And since that does 4 hits, that's enhancing 4 hits at once. And then even more so than that, because it's a jump attack, you could also put on the set we picked up recently. Okay, it's the armor, not the helm for the armor. This was found in Oz's Plateau, right here. So if you were to read about this, strengthens jump attacks. So that with the talisman, you know, plus the weapons, it would be very, very, very powerful build. I like the whole frostbite affinity on this with magic, and that gets magic damage because this Ash of War is so powerful that you're dual wielding both. You're still getting frostbite, you're still getting blood loss. Just not all blood loss, but still, it's super powerful. It was actually so powerful I got bored because nothing was hard anymore. You know, it's one of those. Just super good. I haven't heard anyone else talk about the Estelle's wing with Scavenger's curve sword build. It's one I kind of put together, but people have made, you know, points to do guides as far as dual curse or blood loss. It's always good, you know. Just, like I said, it's one of those builds that really stand out. Said 1,000 times. The only thing holding you back in this game is your own creativity. You know, that's just the truth of the matter. I want to put on a different seal. I bet you know what? When we get up to 40, I might put this on. Even though it's pure faith, it'd be easier to upgrade with somber stones. Because I only have enough regular stones. All of you guys should have enough to bring one weapon up to plus 21. Almost fully maxed out, besides the 8s we're missing. But we only got like one shot at it. So with that, we can bring that up to like plus 7 easily with Somber. And start getting our spells hit a little bit harder. Once we start getting better scales and better spells and better scaling, we'll be using spells more often. We got some pretty decent ones now. But our faith is still at like 29. So we're not there just yet. So for the recommended build, like I said, we're going to keep strength at 30, and we're just going to like max out our faith, not to 99, but we're going to, you know, get it pretty close to done at 50. That way we start having access to a lot of incantations, and then since our weapon gets like beast scaling and faith, we're still increasing our physical damage too, well, fire damage on our weapon. So, you know, there's some stuff that we're going to start getting into shortly that will give you access to more things, you know. Spells don't really come for a bit, in my opinion, depending on which build you're doing. Some good ones, but it just takes a minute to get the stats for them. Now, remember those guys, I remember these guys are fighting soldier. Yeah, so right here is really just resources to grab those rot boluses, but you don't find them much. Sacramento buds, you don't find them that often, so Be a dick. You. And it's one of the only crafting ingredient that does not respawn. So you want to pick that up any chance you get. Alright guys, so from here we're just going to keep on heading up. That part you didn't really have to do, but like I said, very rare resource. Now you'll notice that there's a few ladders. There's also a merchant here. Depending on which way you take up, you could easily miss this guy. I don't think he sells anything too crazy. I think he's got like the confessor set. Well, it's great bolts. So stone sword key, volcano. That's a good one. Volcano pots, explosive great bolt, confessor set, guilty hood. If you like the guilty hood, we get that for free at the Capitol, but it's only 500. So if you want to buy it, there it is. Now, on the ledge to the right are some explosive bolts. I'm not going to go through this and waste 10 minutes to work my way around when that guy just sells them, but I will leave that up to you guys. 26 minutes. I think we can get this done. There's two fairly difficult boss fights. A cave, and then just some loose loot. I want to try to get it all in here, but one of them might take us a few attempts. You know, pretty tough guy. Pretty tough guy. Alright, now when you go up, you have more of those Gelmir Knights that are afflicted with madness. Since they're afflicted with madness, they're also using madness incantations, which can be pretty harmful if you're not careful. Thank you. And I like to go this way because then we can drop here. You'll see the bridge on the right. Ignore it for the time being because we could just go to the left and come right behind these guys. For the most part. Alright. So now once you're here, and it's pretty much just on top of the platform, because once again, when you are talking about the map, it's really, really difficult to break down. However, you know, that's what we came across. We started climbing here, climbing here. That was the bridge behind us. So right over here, you can't really see it. There's like a cave. So we could put on the marker. You can't miss it. There's a big tree, and there's just dead across, but you are on the top of a peak. So if you don't have a guy here, it can be confusing. But that's what we passed. That's what we just climbed. So it's just all the way down here. Now this, you know, as caves typically are, very short in and out, demi-humans, nothing too crazy. Even the bosses. Now, if you're doing a strength build, you're really going to want this cave. There's something so tough here, guys. So cool. Another ranged option, but it is so unique. It's a literal cannon. Big-ass cannon where you can fire out, like, ballistas and shit. But yeah, super cool, super heavy, super powerful. If you guys want to rest, go for it. I'm not too worried about it. Cave moss. Break up this party belt. There we are. From there, we're gonna go to. I think we want to go to the left side first. No, that's right. We do go to the right side first. Sorry, guys. I should have wrote down the navigation in my notes, I guess. Because there's some items that if you take the wrong turn, you can't get them. Right? Because they're on a drop. And I know I saw that item on a ledge. But there's also a shield that's really tucked away in here. I have missed before. So you want to be really careful. Because it's super unique. It's a poison shield, matter of fact. And I've missed it like my first 2 playthroughs. So I'm going to be careful not to miss it. drop this down there. Stop fucking with me. Stop fucking with me. There you go. There you go in this little hole. Now, why it's so easy to miss is if you would have went to the left when you came in, it would have slowly took you downhill. And then you see this area and you think that's what that is. It's not. So if you don't ever look, because you think it's just taking back up top, you're going to miss some good stuff. Particularly your coil shield. Coil shield's dope. It's a small shield, but it builds up poison damage. It sends a little snake out that will bite people. Really unique. Really cool. This has some really... two very unique items going through here. That brings you back down to that ledge. And we're almost at the boss. Oh yeah. Make sure that hit. Come here. Nope. You drop all the way down. That's the path that brings you up top. Like I said, it's just easy to miss because it can be a little bit confusing. Stop it. I know better. After spending 1,500 hours in the game, roughly, and yet I still want to check every time I see it. Just can't help it. No guide really needed here, y'all. Another demi-human queen. Seen it before. This one, like, never uses her spell, so... She will spaz out on you, though. Kill her with some style. And that gets you the infamous jar cannon. So 192 physical, no scaling, but you do need 34 strength to use it. So anyone can use it as long as they have the strength requirements. But yeah, super cool. Fires out ballistas, which is not to love. And from there, we're just going to jump back to the start. How far are we off from a level here? 8,000. Yeah, we'll wait. Nope, not yet. Alright, so from here, what we're going to be doing is going over the bridge. So if you head on out of the cave and just go to the right, that was that bridge. I said, hey, don't take that just yet. Now this really brings you to the end. You are at Volcano Manor at this point. In fact, the manor's right there. So as soon as we get across, we're going to get a side of grace. Then we're going to head on up. Now get ready for a fight. So this is the guy from Caleb we all fought. I hate him. You have to try to, kind of bait his head. I hit him. That's okay. So we don't get him again. And we did. Fuck. Yeah, I try to hurry up and get Mimic out so he can help distract. It's honestly not that big of a deal. Side of Grace is right there. I guess we can go ahead. But I might just fight him without Mimic, so I'm not risking getting popped every time. We do have the Great Shield. We have a good amount of damage. If you see an opening, obviously, guys, go for it. You are such I hate this one. This is the worst one in the game. I'm not gonna lie. Look at this. Watch out. So fucking hard to get to. Gosh. You want to try to get to his head? It's just really hard. Ah. Okay, he just swung his back around. So yeah, definitely worse than the one in Caleb, by far. He's not weak to anything. Sure, everything works a little bit, but nothing really, stands out. Very delayed. Everything he does is super delayed, super delayed, super delayed. Just trying to heal. getting little by little. Usually comes 3 times, not always. Hey, got us. I didn't realize which one it was. We're out of here. This might not be our time to shine. I'm just out of range. Watch his head. 1, 2, 3. It's okay. As I said, I'm trying to get it all fit in this episode, but bro, you're tripping. How have you not been staggered, dude? Got us again. We're getting them close too, but I don't think we're gonna get them. Not this time. So the fucking ignorant ending is obnoxious. Sorry, not ignorant, but fucking obnoxious. No more heals. Might not be our time. Get my health back quickly. Ah, big. Yeah, big one. Big one. Thank you. Alright. So, probably you guys should use Mimic, you know, if you can get it out. There are some ways to do it. You can just run all the way across the arena right at the start, or when he's charging forth and you actually have the time to do so, sure. But all in all, you know, windows are pretty small. So with that, you get the Fallen Star, Beast Claw, a couple upgrades. Now, this is your Strength Intelligence. Not many in the game. I told you if I was doing intelligence with physical, it'd be dex all day long. Wouldn't think twice about it, unless I like, you know, the Ruin's Greatsword or something like that. That's more of like pure strength builds to just put a few points into intelligence, I think, because with more dex, your spells come out faster. Plus, the weapons I think are better. But it's a solid choice. It's colossal. What is it considered? Just a colossal weapon. So maybe a great hammer type thing. So a lot of physical, quite a bit of magic. You get skilling on intelligence. I guess it's more quality, but still, you know, solid choice. Not bad. Astral Ward's very, very, very powerful in the right hands. So, one of those it's really unique weapons at the end of the day. Now, from there, we're going over for your Starlight Shards. I do believe there's only one more Fallen Star Beast in the game. Then you have one in the DLC, and that's it. So, 2, but in the base game alone, walkthrough of the base game, we have 1 to deal with. That, you know, that's all we're gonna have to worry about. So from here, and we have no healing, but we'll be okay. What we're gonna be doing, you know what? Yeah, we'll just go back to rest for a bit. Let's do that. Just play it safe. I'm not trying to be a bad influence here. What the hell are we? Oh, that was the bottom. Sorry, y'all. So maybe it was the campsite. Okay. They get confusing. They're sitting on top of one another. Let's be honest here. You know what I mean? They're just all right on top of each other. Let's go and grab a level 2. Not too hard to get killed where we're going. Now, we've already done some of the things where we're about to be at. Not all, but some. And now that we've refreshed our resources, we're going to head back up. We have 20 minutes to get this done. Should be ample. Where are you at? You went too far. Yep, there it is. So same thing. We're just, riding the pillar on down. So you have quite a few enemies up top. I'm not really worried about them. We've already done the Volcano Manor. We just never did the route to the Volcano Manor, which obviously is something we want to do. As you guys notice all the stuff we've got. Armed weapons. All types of shit. I hate you so much. Alright. I guess it doesn't really matter where you fall at as far as being able to get the items, but starting from the back does make the most sense to know what's behind you. Then we've already grabbed that golden seed. There is an invisible scarab, probably the biggest pain in the ass thing we're gonna have to do here. I'm hoping it doesn't waste too much time. One in Kayla took us like 4 minutes of just waiting on him to circle around us. Very, very annoying. There you go. Yeah, some of them, dude, they're horrible. You can't find his pattern. Yeah, see, that's the thing with him, bro. He just zigzags all around. Ah, bitch. I mean, you guys know where it's at. I should just tell you to do it in your own time. Wait, you do go this way. Bam, we're actually working. We hit something. Ain't no way you missed that. He's like right here. Okay. Might be your best bet. Just wait on him to do his path. Hit him with our ash on the way down. If not, you guys, you know where it's at, right? We can all just get this in our own time because I really need the last few minutes of this episode to close Mount Gelmir out. It should be curving, yep. We're lined up, but doesn't mean we're lined up because a little bit to the side we might be in a bad way. Thank you. So Ash of War through and through. Another bow build Ash of War. Go figure. They almost all are in the Scarabs. When you see Ash of Wars and Scarabs, 99% of them have been Ash of Wars for bow builds. You guys, remember how that went. So going on down, there's going to be a few marionettes, and then you have this troll. This troll is using madness. It's very much different from any other troll you face. These guys love to get involved, so if you want to fight Mr. Troll, I highly recommend you take these fuckers out. It's going to just be a bad time. One that shoots arrows at you, he's the biggest pain in the ass. We will grab this. Once again, rare resources. Alright, now I don't think there's any point in fighting this guy. He doesn't drop anything. If you want to take him out, go for it. That's Volcano Manor. So if you would have took this route earlier, the door would have been locked. I never realized Alexander had a little note there. I can't remember if it's locked. I thought it was. Or it might be locked from the inside, so you can't go out here is what it is. Yeah, I think that's what you gotta do. If you don't do Rise Quest line, because I just do things the right way. But typically, I think if you don't do Rise Quest, as soon as I pull up the map, I'll show you. What happens is you have to be teleported here from one of the other ways. And then if you were to try to go out, you'd be, the door would be locked from the inside, you can't leave. So then that'd force you to work your way all the way around the whole fucking, mountain to get here. Which is why we avoided it. We got fast traveled in, we were good to go. See if I can find a better way to actually work this. Now we have access to the map. So, we met Ryan. We did her quest line the right way. We met her at deck to she teleported us over here. There's also a teleporter trap here that will send you to Volcano Manor. So if you didn't do Rise Quest, but you got teleported here, into Volcano Manor because you're already in like the castle, and then you worked your way to the front door, it would be locked, so you could not go out. So the only way to actually do everything in the outskirts would be to go up here, right, and go, oh, everything we just did. That'd be the only other way. Then you could open it from the outside. So I hope that makes sense of why we've done things the way we've done them. You know what I mean? Either way, guys, with that caught up, we're just going to be moving forward and finish wrapping up this area. So, Road of Antiquity, we already had this just downhill from the Volcano Manor. We're going to go right over here and fight ulcerated tree spirit. This guy's pretty hectic. Mage builds, you guys get super hooked up. There are a few loose items, and then you're going to meet your first worm face. You guys are going to fucking hate this guy. This is an enemy that's all throughout the Altus Plateau. Really big slug looking dude, and he just breathes death by all over you. And it's got very impressive range. Other than that, you know, he's just stomping at you, smacking at you. I think everything builds up Deathblight. But the thing of it is he just wants to bomb it Deathblight on you left and right, back to back to back. He wants to spam it, and it feels impossible at times. So typically, he looks like a commoner, I think. Then you smack the commoner, then he turns into that. One of those guys must have hit him. So I would do, oh, wrong one. Definitely buff up for this one. I usually just use the Blasphemous Blade on him. You know, keep you at range. Because this is what you're worried about. Look at this shit. Watch how crazy it is, too. It's every fucking where, dude. Look at that. I'm not big into spamming weapon arts. You guys know it's always warn you against it, because then you can't get better. But guys like this, fuck it. You know? Fuck it. The other reason I try to tell players not to do that, once you guys get better, but it's just, you're not always going to have the fucking mana to use weapon art. You got to learn the combat a bit. You run out of mana, you didn't learn to play the game because you just been spamming Ashes of War, you're probably going to have a hard time. Areas like this, you guys seen us run out of heals, run out of mana before. It happens all the time. So, you know, it's a special attack. Use it every now and then. But you got a guy doing Deathblight, fuck him. You know, burn his ass up. That's the way I feel about it. Now, when we get towards the end of the game, we'll be fighting these guys left and right, so keep that in mind. Alright, so, ulcerated tree spirit. Why the fuck do we have you on? And we don't even need the dex on again. We used that so we could use Bloodhound's Fang a while back for something. Yeah, for the Magma Worm, because he's immune to fire. So we'll boost our damage with that. So if you guys want to use Mimic here, you can. I don't think these guys are particularly bad, if you could dodge the big stuff they do. Big slam down. So we're just trying to work charge heavy. We're trying to use fire. You got it. Even if you're not going along with the recommended build using this weapon, something with fire is going to help. Use a tree. Really. Dodge the big stuff. But he's low stuff. There it is. Oh, hurry. Sometimes you go for a critical on these guys and you set a light attack in his head and you're like, what the fuck are you doing, dumbass? That's the one attack I can never escape. In an arena like this, yes, you can run away, but every time we fought him thus far, it's always been a small arena and you can't really do shit. I will tell you, make sure you do not block through that. So Leaden Hard tier, this is defensive, and then you have the Cerulean tier, so that eliminates mana consumption, meaning you have infinite mana, but only for 10 seconds. But you're supposed to use that with a spell like Common Azure, and it'll just let you fucking nuke anything for 10 seconds straight. You know, nothing anyone can do to stop you from shredding them, unless they're dodging to the side and stuff like that. So from there, this is really going to wrap into the last port of, well, it's actually like right on the line of Mount Gelmir and Altus. The last little section of Mount Gelmir you haven't do, but it's leading you right to Altus Plateau. So this is the other way. You know, when you first came in, where was that, bro? First came in, the dragon was right here. Where I was like, okay, you have the lower area, or you have the upper area. You want to take the upper area. Well, if you took the lower area, it would also bring you over to Mount Gelmir and take you around more campsites like what we just did. But it eventually ends right here. You cannot get up this bridge. That's why we didn't take this way up. It would make more sense just to take it down and close the loop, because you would not be able to, you know, make it all the way there. So, but that is that area. So we're kind of just working the zone backwards. Now you will get invaded as soon as you come down here. It's an invader that's already invaded you twice at this point, I do believe. No, this is the second one. Sorry. This was in the church, the first church at Caleb. She had the butcher knife, which is really not that bad. Then we got the golden vow incantation, another damage buff. Not particularly hard, right? But there's dogs around. Taking her out, you got the sacred butchering knives. This is a faith strength weapon, or is it dex faith? Yeah, check that, because faith D, so probably quality or either. But yeah, holy, you're getting physical. Really solid choice, not bad. Then we also have Golden Vow. Increases attack and defense for self and allies. So that is a 20% boost to your damage, 15% boost to your defense, and guess what else? It will stack with Flame Grant Me Strength. So we can boost our damage by like 40% for boss fights and stuff. So obviously, something else I considered when making the recommended build for the walk that we're going in very late game, extraordinarily hard boss fights. Guess what? We'll give it a boost our damage by 40%. So it's gonna be huge. Might get you another like 100 points of damage, 200 points. I mean, you're not gonna go to one-shot bosses, but it fucking helps out. Now, this is the part I was talking about before. We're gonna have like multiple of these guys, but they're not gonna be as bad. They actually take damage. Like, yeah, they're not even open. They still take pretty decent damage. And they can hurt each other. He must be opened up and stuff. I don't know, maybe just taking that damage. Come on, do it. Thank you. Bye-bye. Oh, no. No mana. Oh, you're still dead. So, that's all that matters. Now, you don't have to kill him, but it's just so easy to at this point, guys. Makes it so much easier to grab all your items and just get on your way. But you can easily just stick on 20. So we're not going to kill every single one, but while they're crowded on us, it did kind of make sense to do. Yep, there it is. Just mention just a few little loose loops. Formic rock, crafting stuff. If you guys want to pick that up. Alright. I'm going to grab this side of Grace. Man, we're already back up to 40,000. We were just at like 80, almost 90,000. Spend it all. We're already back up to 40. I love getting into the mid and late game. Alright, so going across is right the Blood Ruins, which we did the invasion for Bari. So we've already knocked out the boss here and all that stuff. So this is actually part of Altus Plateau, right? It's going to link over here. So we're really not going to take it up anymore. And then under us is that main path that was down that we start working our way. But we never did the tunnel here or actually really cleared this. So that brings us full circle. We're closed out on everything I had planned. There's one guy over here we do want to take out. So every now and then, did he get away? Oh, he's over there. Every now and then you're going to see a commoner holding a little chest. Now, when you see that, you're going to kill him, and he's going to drop like rune 10. These are worth 5,000 souls. So you want to make sure you go after this guy. Late game, they drop like rune 12 or something even crazy than that. So this doesn't really start until you hit Altus. That's why you haven't seen it before. So you haven't missed it before. It just hasn't been a thing until up to now. And that brings us back down to, like I said, the tunnel and everything else. So pretty much all, if you were to put a line here, all that, you know, that's going with the Altus episodes. We're not going to touch anything else. We just want to do a full circle. And although this tunnel's right here, what we're going to be doing is picking up from the Erdtree Gazing Hill. Then we're going to work this whole valley so we can get our Scarab, get our other items, knock out that tunnel, then get into the Shaded Castle and knock all this out. This will be next episode. So for now, just jump over to the Erdtree Gazing Hill. Now this is part of Millicent's questline, so that's the other way. Other reason I want to do it this way is because for those of you that did not talk to Millicent, you'll have a chance to do so on the way up. So Either way, guys, with that, we are going to go ahead and wrap on up. So, as always, I hope you guys are enjoying the walkthrough. Please subscribe for more Elden Ring, and we will catch you back here shortly.